Legislature is back in session. Senator Barnett, you're recognized. On the bill.
Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to rise and speak on the bill, so thank you very much for the opportunity. In kind of examining some of the accountability issues with the charter schools, this bill definitely provides a lot of safety and security for the people of Guam and our tax dollars, so I commend the author for its introduction. And I've been a big supporter of the charter schools. It was my Bill 62, which was overridden. I think we overrode a veto. And what this bill did, which subsequently became public law, was it lifted the cap for the number of charter schools, enabling BTAX, Chief Harao Academy, and Mount Carmel to become charter schools. And I wasn't always a supporter of the charter schools. I think when you look at the narrative about charter schools in the States, it's a lot different than what we have here, because I think we have a good collection of charter schools that really offer different types of curriculums for different types of interests, from, again, Mount Carmel down in Haga to Career Tech. And all of our other, like iLearn, we've got some good charter schools. But there was some concerns brought up in the hearing from the chair of the Guam Academy Charter School Council. And I think part of why we're seeing these instances in the news where it's like, boom, all of a sudden, all of a sardines, you have news that comes out that, oh, the people of Guam are, got a $2 million bill because some charter school was doing some shenanigans. The reason why that's allowed to happen, I'm not saying anyone allows it to happen, is because in the public hearing, Evangeline Cepeda had kind of shared that the boards of trustees for these different charter schools are not held accountable, meaning that the chair of the Guam Academy Charter School Council engages directly with the administrators of the respective charter schools. The boards of trustees don't have to engage with the council, and they operate largely autonomous, independent, too much autonomy and too much independence, so much autonomy and so much independence that they're getting into these deals which, end up being BABA deals for the people of Guam, right? And the reason is because there isn't a mechanism for the Guam Academy Charter School Council to engage and hold accountable the boards of trustees. And so when I attended the public hearing, that was kind of like the gist of my questioning. In looking at the end result, which is these liabilities, I was concerned with how do we end up in this situation? And that's what the situation is she said in her testimony in the public hearing that she wants to do things like require quarterly reporting of the boards of trustees to the council. So instead of, at the end of the year, you come to find out, hey, well, surprise, you're on the hook for $2.5 million, maybe with some kind of reporting requirements. And in her testimony, she suggested 3 months. Every 3 months, you get the Board of Trustees to report to the council. I think we'd actually be able to nip a lot of these things in the bud. So I appreciate that the backstop of this bill, should it become law, would put that liability onto these charter schools. But I think if we're being prudent and we want to stop these things before they happen, then we have to give more authority to the Guam Academy Charter School Council and the good chair, Evangeline Cepeda. I just want to read just some of that because I think this is really key, and I don't know if the author would amend the bill, or if, I'm willing to work with the chair of education to put something together to provide that further accountability, because in the words of the chair of the Guam Academy Charter School Council, of the boards of trustees, she says, they have total autonomy and power to decide the day-to-day operations of a charter school, a specific charter school. And the law only allows that there are 5, no more than 9 on the Board of Trustees. So they can have whatever amount in that law, and then the Board of Trustees has the governing power for that specific school. And so the council can interact again with the administrators of the schools, but Mrs. Cepeda says in regards to touching or requiring the Board of Trustees, they don't have the authority. And so she had said if there's a law or a bill introduced that says, okay, every 3 months you do a report, then that would give the council an idea of what they're doing on a day-to-day basis, and it would serve as an opportunity for the council to be made aware of any shenanigans, like my friend from Tamuning likes to say, while they're still being shenaniganized, you know, not like something at the end of the road where it's, you know, too late for us to do anything about it. And she's basically asking us to put that extra bit of teeth into this. So I definitely appreciate the measure. I think it's a, you know, it's a solution to something that we've seen all too often in the media and over the last few years. And I want to close with some of her comments. Again, she had said to the senators present that we answer to the people, and the people of Guam give us a report card every 2 years. But who does the report card for the Board of Trustees? Hold their feet to the fire and ensure that the monies given by this body, by the government of Guam, are utilized as they should be. And at the end of the day, someone has to be held responsible for everything, so that if a specific charter school closes or the council decides to close the charter because of non-compliance, poor audit results, missing money, or failure to meet accreditation under the law, the council has the power to say, you're no longer chartered. So I think that's kind of like the missing piece, is that there's no method or process or procedure for the council to call in the boards of trustees and say, hey, what have you been doing? You know what I mean? Let's get in check on them and find out. So I just wanted to kind of share that perspective of what I believe is part of this problem that we're trying to solve. So I thank you for the opportunity to speak on the bill, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Barnett. Any other member wish to speak on Bill 68? There being none, Senator Blas, the Speaker Blas, you'd like to close?
Thank you, Speaker. And I want to thank my colleagues for the deliberations on the bill. And I just want to assure and affirm them to them. You're right. This is a stopgap measure for something right now that is problematic. There are procedures and processes that need to be addressed, and I'm going to assure that we are going to be able to work on it. And as was indicated, brought up by my colleagues. You know, Mr. Speaker, as was in the testimony you heard from the public auditor, okay, you've got $2 million here, $4 million there, $12.5 million, okay, in debt that's been incurred. That could possibly be our debt because of the way it was structured. Top that off with the debt that is piling up within the government of Guam. Okay, you know, 30 million there, 32, 8 million. These are things that we're going to have to eventually pay back. And in this case here, we have an opportunity to be able to, for lack of a better term, plug the leak. Okay, or at least stop it from flowing. And if it does, it doesn't become a liability to the government. So that's what this bill is for, and I thank my colleagues for again, their conversation on this thing. Before I close, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to be able to add co-sponsors to the bill, as they have requested. And so I move to add the following senators as co-sponsors: Senator Sean Gumatautau, Senator Joseph Augustine, Senator Therese Talahi, Senator Chris Barnett, Senator Jesse Lujan, Senator Sabrina Salas-Matanani, Senator Shelley Calvo, and I cannot forget Senator Tello Taidagui. Okay? And Speaker, Vice Speaker, as well as with you, and I'm sure that Senator Sabrina Perez doesn't mind being a co-sponsor as well. Okay? So all members present to be co-sponsors to the legislation.
So there's a motion to have all members be co-sponsors to the measure. Any objections? There being none.
So with that, Mr. Speaker, I move to place Bill number 68-38 COR. Oh, I'm being remiss. Thank you very much to the Oversight Chair where the bill was at, and I was able to work with him on being able to ensure that questions were answered, or that we address the questions that may be asked, you know, so that I can present it on the floor and I can answer the questions instead of referring it to him. Okay. So with that, I move to place Bill number 68-38 COR as amended by the committee and further amended on the floor to the third reading.
There's a motion to place Bill 68-38 COR as amended and further amended on the floor into the third reading. Any objections? There being none, so move.
Mr. Speaker, then I move that we recess for dinner, come back at 7:30.
We'll recess at this time, come back at 7:30 p.m., and then we'll continue on with our agenda that we currently have.
Thank you very much.
That being said, we're on recess.